Today let's talk about workers' compensation. Workers' compensation is under state law, and all employers with one employee or more are required to have workers' compensation insurance for all their employees. Workers' compensation itself provides certain benefits. The benefits include the following. The benefits include medical expenses. They also include payments for temporary loss of employment and permanent loss of employment. To qualify for workers' compensation benefits, you have had to have had an accident and an accident on the job. And basically, an accident under the Maryland statute is something that's an unusual event. So sitting in the chair and all of a sudden saying, I hurt myself, isn't good enough. Walking in this area, falling and tripping, would qualify, for example, for an accident. Once you have the accident and you report it to your employer, then it is needed to look at the benefits you're entitled to. And immediately, you're entitled to medical expenses for a doctor of your choice. And often I've seen it in court actually just recently, where the employer's insurance company said, after you report it to your employer, the employer then sends you to their doctor. That is absolutely false. You're entitled to see the doctor of your own choosing, and the employer must pay for it. Thereafter, you submit the claim. If the doctor puts you off work, you're entitled to what's called temporary benefits for that time period. And it is a percentage of what you were paid, your average weekly wage, for the entire time the doctor puts you off work. At some point, you can go back to work. And at some point also, the doctor says you have reached what's called maximum medical improvement. At that point, when you've reached maximum medical improvement, another benefit can kick in and should kick in. The doctor will have you rated for permanency. That permanency is something that's evaluated under the statute, and it can be determined what your permanent award can be based on the injury you sustained at your employment. So basically you get medical expenses, temporary total, and if there's a permanent injury, at some point you get rated and you get compensation for a permanent injury from your workers' compensation claim.